today, big day, more forward progress on the truck. Actually gonna go ahead and get the rockers put on, get them at least as put on as I guess we can get them put on, and get them tacked up, maybe filled and welded. It depends on progress and how much help I got through that progress. So if that makes any kind of sense. So right now I'm actually going to swing into Lowe's. I hate Lowe's, but this store is on the way and they've got cut-off wheels that fit what I need, so I don't have to go all the way and out of the way to get what I need. So anyway, in a small rush this morning, but we'll be there working on stuff and kind of break it down when I get there as far as what we got to do when we go to tack this stuff up, measure everything, make sure I got the right things in the right places. So want to thank you guys again for coming back and following the build, and I'm having fun with this one, although it is a big gigantic rush, but the final product's going to be, you know, what it's going to be. So I'm going to go in here and get these grinding wheels and get on the road. All right, guys, so I made it out here and just looking over the bed, kind of off camera. I put some rubberized undercoating on it, and I had two different cans, thought I had the same can. Now I'm looking at the cans, I don't understand how I didn't miss it, but this looked a lot better when I left, but some stuff didn't turn out exactly like the way I wanted it to, but you can kind of see the two different cans. So here and then down here. So the cans are over here, and now that I see it, I don't understand. But there's 415 underneath that, and the coating, and I think it's going to be fine. Also, that I was using, I was questioning about. Now, this is not cleaned, prepped in any way, but that, again, like I said, not cleaned, not prepped, not wiped. I just hit it. And I think that sprayer is going to do a fine job as far as the body goes. So, yeah, I think so. I've said it in other videos that about how we're going to put these rockers on, the inners and the outers. So it's going to be a simple job. Lies. Probably going to be a very hard job, but there's more I've got to cut away. And then there's some metal I'm going to have to add. But get things lined up, tacked in place, make sure that it all fits where it's supposed to, the doors close and everything there, then we can finish it all up. And they'll be hung, welded in, hopefully all in this video. Hopefully there's nothing that we run across that dictates making another video over. So be working on this today, getting this job done. This is going to be basically all this video is going to be about. So I want to thank you guys for coming back, though. It's progress is soon to pick up, faster, getting things done. So I'm getting excited because we're making like actual forward progress on the truck. So yeah, gonna get working. All right, guys. So I got this a little bit more figured out going into it. I was actually gonna wait to do this side, then just kind of talk about how I did it and then do the other side. But so I think we got a good solid plan here. So I painted all this right, but then I had to go back and kind of grind off everywhere where I welded, and then just put down through here little spots of clean metal where I'm going to be drilling into this, putting a hole in this so that I could weld through this, and then I can mark where those holes are so I know exactly where to drill. I did have to cut this part off up here. That's only because I left some of the metal up inside of there. It's way too hard to get it out. We're talking this piece here had to come off, this piece here had to come off, this piece had to come off, because you can see that there's two there. And then the floor pan also comes in. There's like 4 different pieces of metal that come into that structure right there. So I left them all there, and I'm able to weld it all in. So we're going to be self-tappering these up and being able to get a better eyeball on it. That'll also hold it so that I can then weld it in place and go on from there. All right, guys, so we got the inner all situated, prepped, and ready for actual weld in. So I'll show you kind of what we did. Probably said it before, but we drilled in, and then we have marked here all the shiny spots where we grinded earlier, so that I know that I can just take the MIG in here and just bzzz, and then I'll have, if I focus in on the cab part, then the weld will come out and grab the new metal. And we have it self-tappered in a couple places so that it's held tight so I don't have to worry about holding it. And all this stuff now because the next side is going to be time-lapsed and you'll get the whole understanding of everything that's going on. All right, guys, so we got the inners all done, and they're solid. They really are. It was still a difficult time welding, but kind of just tacked around each part of these supports, just like so. And you can see basically everywhere where I got some weld in, and then I'm not crawling back underneath there, but I'll show you right here how we tacked it in. Just nice little button tacks on around these supports, and then all the way down through there, and then up underneath there all the way down. So after we take a little bit of a break, gonna work on the outers and get them in, and we'll hopefully have everything like tacked in, and then maybe call it a night. Then I can come back in and finish weld everything, grind everything, make sure everything is good to go. So get everything going here on this next bit. All right, guys, so I don't know where I left off in the last video. It's been a few days, but got some time, so I came out here. We kind of had to quit where we were. I was having some welder issues. I'll kind of show. I think it also was like in part of telling the signs of what I was trying to weld before. This welder here is a Forney. I've never heard of it, and I bought it off Craigslist years and years ago. So far it's been doing well, but then it started making a noise. So I don't know if it's, you know, has good, I don't know anything about it. So I've upgraded to my dad's welder, so I got to take good care of that. So I'll be able to use that now, and hopefully get this job done, and then I'll investigate what's wrong with my welder another day. So I was having issues actually trying to weld this piece of metal in here. This is just some filler metal. I cut too much off of here. I can't bring this much up, and I'm not filling this basically half-inch gap full of Bondo. So I was trying to put these little tacks in, and it was barely doing it. Barely doing it. This is clean enough to do the job we're trying to do, and I put 3 tacks here, not this one. This one's new. And a tack behind this, and it just broke. Just simply broke right off. So I think this one right here, if I can get it to focus, that one's broke. Just, it wasn't getting enough heat into the metal. So after some debate, thinking, we checked the power out here to this the building, and it's good. So I think it is my welder. So now we did try the Hobart welder, and we were getting some decent heat in. So we didn't want to put too much on here because I'm going to grind this out and take this metal out. I'm going to use a different piece of metal. I need this body line here to be perfect, and I don't think it's going to come out that way. So I'm going to try something different. May have to come back to this, but we got some work to do. So as far as fitting on this panel though, it's going to fit pretty good. So I'm going to get to working on this, get some stuff figured out, and probably take right off and working on this stuff here. So I'll update you guys then. So you can see it is, this piece of metal's fitting better than the other metal did, and this new welder is welding better. So I think there was something wrong with mine, but I got this placed on here. It took me a little while to get it placed up where I wanted it. So now I'll go ahead and just weld this in, grind it down, and then place the new rocker up in here, and hopefully I don't have to cut any more off of this, and it'll all fit like it's supposed to. So it's welding really well. I'm still putting too much wire in there. I'm going to slow that down a tad, skip over this, come on around. Alright guys, so I think this is going to fit pretty well. I did cut a little too much off before, but again, not professional. Also, lightning crashing and rainstorm, all that stuff. So hopefully you're hearing this. But anyway, kind of show you how the fit goes. It actually fits better on the repair than the original cuts, and I'll show you. So it's really tight and snug in here. Fits really well there, all the way across there. Up here, there's a big hole. That's just gonna get filled with wire. Not much I can do else about that. By the time I put a filler piece of steel in there, it's all gonna be weld anyway. So, down through here fits pretty well. Fits well there, like I said, even around to that corner in the back. This is gonna be picked up just a tiny, tiny bit. But I want to get this tacked up first. That way I can manipulate this just a tiny bit. It'll be easier. And then that back there is going to be a nightmare. But that end and that end there, I'll manage. I'm really happy that the repair came through as well as it did. I will get to grinding it and all that stuff once I make sure, like after the doors are fixed and or the doors are put on and tested, and then take them back off, see what everything's gonna fit like. So pretty happy about that. I'm gonna knock some of this paint off, get it tacked up, get these vice grips out of here, and see how the doors fit. doors were sitting out in the rain, killing grass, so I could use them for this and not have to take apart that truck just yet. Yeah, I don't think that looks that bad. It's a nice level line all the way down through there. I think it's good so far. So, time to wrestle with the rear. That's the one I'm a little bit worried about. Go get that one, hang it up. Alright guys, as you can see, I struggle with that driver door. I need some fuel and I've just been pushing it off because I don't want to go and get anything to eat and I've had way too much caffeine, but I'm excited. This stuff fits really, really well. Really well. It fits just like it's supposed to. The lines match up all the way down like it's supposed to. Looking really, really good. The door is a little wonky right here, mainly because this front door is not clicked in all the way. But anyway, looks good down through there. This side so far is success. So, got it all tacked in. I'm gonna leave them doors on there because I don't feel like moving them. And I'm gonna go ahead and tack in the other side. Alright guys, so on this side, everything's fitting a lot better. I had the wall to kind of prop myself up against when I set this up here so that I could get a more accurate line. On the other side, it was a hope and a dream, and you kind of see I had to pay the price for it. So everything here fits a little bit better, and I'll kind of show you. I need to work this spot right here, right here a little bit. I need to get this to come, this piece here to go this way, just 1/8 of an inch. And I'm kind of getting hung up somewhere in here. This needs to come up here, but here is good. Here is really nice. I just need to, drew a line across here. I'm just gonna sand it up into that point. Here is really good. And I've got another part here where I'm just gonna grind or sand it up to the line and leave myself just a tiny little gap, a little bit of weld. So I'm gonna do this up really quick, get this all tacked in. This side's gonna go a whole lot faster than the other side. Alright guys, so it almost looks like I know what I'm doing. So, I don't, is a lie. But I got this one pinched in here. Pretty decent gap there, but it fits right where it's supposed to. All along here. This came in real nice and snug like it's supposed to. And then back here I had to trim out a little bit, and that's also gonna fit right like it's supposed to. So, super happy about this side. Grind it, tack it in, fit the doors. Alright, so I got that all finished up and looks really, really good. I'll show you guys. Got the doors on and just fits just like it's supposed to. So, next thing I need to work on are cab corners. So I'm gonna start on the driver's side. Just kind of get an eyeball over here, but so this is going to go right in here. I left a bunch of metal up here so that I could get this edge perfect. So this sets in here. I got to come in here and get some of this stuff out of here. But yeah, so that's what the next thing I'm moving to. So keep you guys filled in as I get that going. Alright, so I am having a little bit of issue with fitting this, and I'll kind of show you what's going on. So I haven't cut away this tab yet. I've done the inner layer but not the outer layer, but this down through here, this all seems to fit really nice. These even too came from different companies, like sold by different companies, but they could have been made by the same people. But the line here is looking good. The line here is looking really good. I just can't get it, even down there is actually pretty decent, but I can't get it to pull around right here. And this is very tight. I can get a little tiny bit, but I can't get it in. And bending this in isn't going to be enough, right? Let's see if sorry, I'm not even looking at the phone, but if I push this in to close this gap here, it's going to come up 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch too short. So I'm kind of in a bad spot here. So if I push this in, then this is, sorry, if I push this in right here, then this is going to be off. And it's not off by that much. If I try and try to push this around here, it's just, I don't know. So I'm going to dig into this a little bit, and if I find the fix for it, hopefully I don't need to order new parts. Maybe these are a bad fit, I don't know, but we'll see. We'll just see. I'll try to do what I can do with it. Alright guys, so bad news. That fits horribly. Here, not so bad in this specific spot. But as far as here to here, that looks bad. That's obviously bad. And if you can just kind of go down through the body line here, tell that that's completely mismatched. You can tell that this is just pulled. This is just pulled like this away. So this is good. This is good here. That's really good. So it's not a full bust off and redo, but I definitely need to get this up. This needs to go up for sure, and it's gonna have to come from All right, so sometimes you got to admit defeat and go get YouTube certified on what you're doing. So I actually found out that I don't know what I'm doing, and now I think I might have a better idea what's supposed to happen. So this is actually, so I got these, they weren't sold together, but either way, so I thought it was supposed to do relatively the same job. So let me explain. This piece right here is if you're only doing the cab corner. So you'll come in here, you know, take your door off, whatever, but this piece here is this piece here. And the way that this lays on here, most of this right here does not get used because it's here. And I got to keep myself from thinking of like how this was put together from the factory, because I seen this seam go down and it went all the way down, and I thought it was this seam right here, which it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. So needless to say, I've got to make this work to this area here so it's all one piece. And that's a little bit more work than I thought it was, but now that I got a clear heading, yeah, I'll rock this out and let you guys know as I get it done. All right, guys, so it's 6 hours later, I think, something like that. Got this side just a little bit more than just tacked in, but got some stuff to address back here. But this in here also needs to be addressed. This big hole here, I'm actually going to come up here, cut up, come over, and fill that all in with new metal. But it all fits and ships in this gap right here. Once I get rid of some of this weld here, that gap will open right back up. On this side, I haven't grinded anything, so you can kind of see it, just 20-year-old metal and trying to weld it all. But once I grind this down, I'll find new holes. But I kind of want to just get this video put out, tacked up through here, and got it along the bottom right here. So we're good to go there. Now you're asking yourself, what is all this white stuff? Well, that would be from that guy. And see, what happened was there was something inside of here that caught a tiny bit fire. No big deal. Threw some water on it just because it was handy, and that didn't do anything. So I grabbed the fire extinguisher, which was only 3 feet away. But I kind of got a little bit more of an issue. So, yeah, not that big of a deal. All this interior is getting pulled out, and that interior from that truck's going in here. So it's not the end of the world. I could have just saved myself the headache and went ahead and gutted it, but not trying to create a massive mess with a whole bunch of parts laying around and then stuff from like that truck getting ruined or whatever. So anyway, this is a massive undertaking, especially for me. I don't know much about body work, nor doing any of this stuff like this, cutting out panels and welding new in. So I know that this was a really, really long video, but I wanted to get it out and all in one piece, because this was a massive step that was kind of holding everything else up. So the next video is either going to be tearing down that truck and starting to put stuff on the frame, or it'll be Bondo stuff. So I want to thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe, comment, laugh at me in the comments if you want. I'm learning, and takes doing it to learn it. So I want to thank you guys again for watching, and I'll be getting the next video out here in the next about another week. See you guys then.